as our jumpers exit the aircraft. Building that tension. And hoping you'll count with me. At an altitude of 6,000 feet in the air. Jumpers away, and I count 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skyhawks have safely exited the aircraft and are under canopy. They are now flying their parachutes as close together as they can, talking to each other in the air, trying to figure out what they want to express in the show. We see those first 3 Skyhawks flying their parachutes right next to each other and figure out what they can do based on what the winds are doing. And off to the left, lower in the sky, we have a lone Skyhawk. And I wonder what he's about to do for us. Flying directly to his left, over to what we call our landing area, our drop zone, which is directly to your front. Controlling our drop zone today is Corporal Scott Galt from Cornwall, Ontario. Back up to the sky, we see Sergeant Murray Dodge from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan has now activated his smoke and is doing spirals. We see one spiral already, I can't count. 2 spirals in the sky from Sergeant Dodge. 3, 4 spirals, now they're pretty big, but see how far he goes before he gets dizzy. 5, 6, 7 spirals, just beautiful that color smoke against the blue sky. 7 spirals for us in the sky. Even higher in the sky, we see our Globemaster. Our C-17 is turning it around for its second pass. And even higher, we see our first 3 Skyhawks have formed our 3 stack. Let's keep our eye on Sergeant Murray Dodge as he brings it into the drop zone with the lanyard and the 6 smoke canisters. In the center of our drop zone is a bright colored T. Now this T is not a precise landing point, but rather a point of reference for the Skyhawks. They're actually going to land all throughout the drop zone for the enjoyment of the entire crowd. We'll see where Sergeant Dodds brings it in for us. Here he comes, turning it around the sky. Carving it around to the left. Coming in hot. A soft flare, look at that. Touchdown. He makes it look so easy. Round of applause for Sergeant Dodds. Now back up to the sky, over to your right. We see our first 3 Skyhawks that exited have transitioned into what we call our signature Skyhawks Canadian T formation. That bottom jumper, Sergeant Real Baril, has unfurled a 450 square foot Canada flag. The 2 jumpers above him is the officer commanding the Skyhawks, Captain Mark Shepard from Cormac, Newfoundland, and engaged in a waist lock is partner in crime, Corporal Johan Reimer from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Now folks, this Canadian T formation flying its way directly to the drop zone. It's being held together at the top by simply a leg lock. Just incredible. That top jumper climbed down the control lines of the second jumper, wrapped his legs around his waist, and was holding it together. Stand their canopies into side by side. We see now they've activated some red smoke to help us highlight their trek across the sky as they bring it in over the drop zone. And as they get closer, take a good look at what's holding that together. A more patriotic sight you couldn't find. These Canada flag parachutes only flown by the Skyhawks. Custom made, 7 inflation cells in the front that are open and sewn shut in the rear, give it the appearance of a winged aircraft wing. And here they come, close enough that you can see that waist lock, holding it to the very end. Just incredible as they bring it in over the drop zone. A nice break. They can hear you. Let's hear some applause. Still holding it together directly and a break. Some legs, some flares, and some signature Skyhawks landings, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause for our Canadian T formation.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
back up to the sky. 5 Skyhawks have exited the aircraft. We see 3 Skyhawks have already formed a triplane and are flying it directly over the drop zone. And over to the right, 2 other Skyhawks have engaged in a parabatic leg lock. Have fanned their canopies into a side-by-side. Let's keep our eye on this first 3 and see what they do first in the show. Turning it around. Oh, I was wrong. This is a biplane, ladies and gentlemen. 2 jumpers stacked, one on top of the other. And over to the right is our 3 stack. Our biplane directly above us. Here they are transitioning. That's the side-by-side I was talking about. Here they are, the first jumpers sliding on the control line. Engaged in a leg lock. Again, the only thing holding it together. This parabatic pair is the team second in command, Warrant Officer Trevor Lavallee from Ormoxton, New Brunswick, and his partner in crime, Corporal Johnny the Rocket Shaw from Place Bay, Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. Bringing the canopies from one side to the other, that was a pinwheel, and here we go, switching it around in the sky, a barrel roll. Bringing it back up, and back around again, another barrel roll for us.
Programs, get your program.
One side to the other, switching directions, that was a butterfly. Coming around to the left, still holding it together, and as they get closer, you can see what it takes to hold it together, a down plane almost. Directly over the side, and still bringing it down. And back up again, 2 more barrel rolls for us. Straight down towards the drop zone, bringing it back up, still holding it together as close to the drop zone as they can. Nice brig, here they come, bringing it in. Corporal Shaw coming in hot. A swoop and a landing. Round of applause for our parabatic pair. Let's keep our eyes back up to the sky. There are 3 stacks activated smoke to help us see what they're doing. It looks as if something's happening. Incredible, that bottom jumper has just been flipped upside down. Ladies and gentlemen, Petty Officer Tony Speck is being dragged through the sky by his right leg. His left leg trailing smoke. Fin track through the sky, just unnatural. That parachute was not meant to do that. Here they come, straight towards us. Holding on to his left leg, Master Corporal Adam Winicki from Toronto, Ontario. The pilot formation has just dropped them, and here they come, straight down towards the earth. You can see him holding onto the leg, a nice break, so you know what it took to hold it together. The pilot of that formation coming in at the top is Master Corporal Scooter Leckie from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Like I said, they would land all throughout the drop zone, so those of you to the right, there we go, a nice landing for you. Here comes Master Corporal Leckie, bringing it in, turning it around. And touchdown. Correction, that is not Master Corporal Leckie, that is Lieutenant Commander J.P. McCann, our Skyhawks instructor, our Obi-Wan as we like to call him. Let's keep our eyes back into the sky. We see another candy cane. Did I miss the candy cane? How many spirals did he do, Kevin? Oh, he didn't see you there. Okay. This is Master Corporal Leckie from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, and he did a candy cane. Hopefully most of you saw it. 14. Here he comes, bringing it around. Coming into the drop zone. As Scooter brings it into the drop zone, let's look high in the sky and over to our right. Our last 3 Skyhawks have now formed a Canadian T formation and are flying that around. So let's bring it back over to Scooter and see how he lands for us today with that landing. Touchdown! Again, making it look so easy. Round of applause for our last candy cane. Back up to the sky, we see that Canadian T formation has transitioned once again into a 180-degree arc. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our most difficult formation, our try-by-side. In this formation, And piloting the three jumpers, Sergeant Scott Dickens from Red Deer, Alberta. In the center, that center canopy, Corporal Corey Douglas from the Okanagan region of British Columbia. And in the right wing slot, Private Mike Levanier from Moncton, New Brunswick. They've separated their canopies and bringing that into a tri-down plane straight towards us right over the drop zone. Coming down, still coming down. A nice break. Holding that together with his hands, ladies and gentlemen, was Corporal Corey Douglas just from BC. There they are turning it around over the drop zone, doing some spirals for us. Here comes our last three Skyhawks of the performance, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give them a round of applause. Right over the tee and a kick before he lands. Our last two Skyhawks coming in hot. And touchdown. Incredible, ladies and gentlemen. One last round of applause for our Skyhawks. With the last three jumpers on the ground, they're going to set their parachutes aside and join the rest of the team for what we call the Skyhawk Salute. This Skyhawk Salute is being dedicated to you, the people of Abbotsford and surrounding area, I'm sure, for being a fantastic audience. We certainly have enjoyed rocking out in the skies today.